So finally, the fear is growing in the stock market, and we are going to get that. I mean, the stock market is going to flush down. Can happen, honestly. 10%, 15, 20, or even 30%. The market can flush down because some of the light warnings are just coming out in the market. And coming today's Monday, of course, and we are going down on this week. On Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, I think so market will have red days and we will gonna pay attention on that. But as I was telling in my previous videos, that market will have red days in the mid of January. So we are almost getting past over mid of January right now. So what I'm hoping, market will flush down. Well, that's a very good sign because we kind of get reset point in the market, and that's what we need. So look at this. Wall Street's $7.8 trillion warning has reached a defining tone, but are investors paying attention? So I'm going to go in details here what this report exactly says. First of all, you have to know since past 3 years, S&P 500 is performing well on a very positive side. It's just ending above 15% by the end of the year. So it happened that in 2025, 24, and even 23. So since past 3 years, S&P 500 is just doing very, very good. So what that exactly means, if I'm comparing all those 3 years to today's market, it's very clear for me the market is super hyped, especially if I'm talking about the AI sector. Yes, everyone is just pumped up, hyped up on AI. Any AI stock is just coming out. Probably when it came out in 2025, this kind of big news of AI, everyone is just pumping money super, super hard. But now, if you take all this in consideration and just continue in 2026, will the case be the same or not? Well, we are sitting right on the top, on the peak of the market. The market broke all times high again in December. And do you think it will happen again right now? It's hard, but I think so. Market might give you a soft shock, which can be totally digestible. Well, a lot of things are just running now in the market because of Donald Trump. Of course, taking the Greenland, invading Venezuela, a lot of things happening in this market. And the oil prices might tank if he attacks Iran. What can happen? The oil price might tank or oil price might go up. And coming to Greenland, if that happens, what happens then? Of course, the stocks will tumble down because all the EU, European Union will just go against Donald Trump, and that will not be good for the stock market. Well, you have to know on American Stock Exchange, there are so many international investors. So if they pull out the money, of course, the market might pull down 15, 20, even 25%. And that's a good amount, 25%. So if that kind of reset comes in the market, I'm ready to take that advantage in the market. So take a look at this. It marked only the third time in a nearly century-long history of S&P 500 it gained at least 15% for 3 consecutive years. So in 100 years, this was the first time S&P 500 hit consecutive on a positive side, at least 15% on a positive side. If you take like all S&P 500 just ended up more than 15% at least. So they are talking about in last 100 years. So these were the 3 consecutive years S&P 500 just performed back to back in a very good position. I mean, ended up more than 15%. Like anyone, let's say you put down 100,000 in 2022 in S&P 500, and of course by the end of the year, after 3 years, you might end up with how much? Just say roughly $45,000 just by doing nothing. So I'm just giving a rough example, but depends what kind of stocks or what amount of leverage do you use, but all depends on that. But now, while long-term appreciation for Wall Street's major stocks indexes has become expectation for investors, short-term directional movement aren't as consistently predictable. Now, when things seems almost too good to be true for the stock market, this often turns out to be the case. Now, newly released data from the Board of Governors of Federal Reserve points to a 7.8 trillion and growing warning of the Wall Street that's reached a defining tone. The only question is, are investors paying attention? Now, Wall Street is just, the fear is kind of a little mounting day by day because of the all geopolitical situations happening all around the world. And the things are getting just slipped out so from the hand that even the World War III can start. If that starts honestly, the market will collapse more than 50, 60, even 70%. That will be nasty. But that's not the case right now, because things are just going out of the control, but in the same time, they are getting pulled back because of the fear of World War III. Because if the World War III starts, what happens? Of course, a lot of people die. The companies will not be in profit. No one will pay attention to the companies. No one will give no damn about AI, BI, nothing. They will just care about the lives. They want to eat. They want to live. That's it. It's that simple. So, is it a right time, honestly, to put a lot of money in the market? I don't think so. It's the right time for us to put a lot of money in the market. This is just my perspective. I don't know about you. If I was you, of course, I will not throw money in the market right now because how can I say? The fear is mounting in the market. The fear. So market exactly needs just one point, just one flush point. And how do we get to that? When we have that flush point, of course, we will aggressively be selling off in the market. A lot of people will short. Some people will just get rid of the positions. Hedge funds, institution, banks, they will just sell off their position, and the market will end up selling off 20 to 30%. But now, read about this. Statistically, so skepticism appears to be mounting for a bull market rally. Here's another point of view. The market can rally, right? Well, if that goes on a positive side, I'm very, very happy. But I will not be putting... So at this point, there's also fear. There's also some positive thing that market might go on the other side. Because we're not sitting on one clear direction. What I think the market is sitting on fear. That's what I think, because this kind of articles, honestly, I will not trust on a long-term basis. If I have to put money for 5, 6, or 10 months, I will not trust 100%, because I want to find a cheaper stock price. When I'm probably investing in the companies, I will find something cheaper. I will not go expensive, of course. That's not my style. So it should not be even yours. Now, when it comes to investing in the market, you have to keep in mind where the market is sitting currently, right? Market already broke all-time high 2 times. Will this continue for the 3rd time? It can continue, but with a lot of fear. But I'd rather day trade on these kind of companies. Like, look at this. We have also a group right here. So on 200K group, like for example, look here, right? PLTR, buy at $181, sell at 182.39. So for example, these are the levels how we give. Like here, INTC, buy at 44.43 and sell at 45.07. So Google, buy at 318, sell at 322, right? MU, buy at $302, sell at $305. So profit and loss section, I will go here. You can see here, $3,900, $8,500, $46,000. This guy just nailed it. So $57,000, $1,000. So they are profit consistently. You can $10,000, $4,000, $20,000, $9,000. Guys, the link is in the description of the Discord. You can come join for free, absolutely, and take advantage of that. Take advantage. Also, I will post the link in the description. You can get the access for the course. It's only $349, and you can learn how to trade, how to invest in the market, and that you can have that access for the lifelong. It's just not one-time view. You can have that video for you for lifelong. There are 3 step-by-step courses that will teach you every single thing, how to get consistent amount of profit. You can basically change $500 to $100,000 by with discipline, selecting good stocks, and following all the rules. So that's what it takes, and you have everything in that course. You can just get it. The link is down in the description. It's just for $349. Get that and take advantage, guys. So for this point of view, honestly, I will think we will day trade. And that's one of the best thing actually if you day trade, because you are not holding a stock for overnight. You have no fear how the market is going to open on the pre-market tomorrow, and you will have no fear when the market is going to pump or dump. You will basically, you're not connected to the market for till next day. You basically buy, sell in the same day, get your profit, close the positions, and that's it. Be that simple. Don't try to make things complicated when the market is sitting right on the top, right? At basically all times high. You don't want to lose a lot of money. You want to be so disciplined that you have to chip out little by little money from the market, and you have to just put in your account. That's what you got to do. If you are trying to be greedy, this is not the time to be greedy, honestly. This is time for fear right now. Because look at this. Take Warren Buffett, take a lot of banks, investors. They are sitting a lot of cash, on a lot of cash. So if they are sitting on a lot of cash, that's one thing is very clear, that we don't want to be trapped on all times high buying and the market is just flushing down and you just keep holding those stocks for probably decades and decades. And we don't want that. We want to take advantage. We want to go with the flow of the market. That's what we want to do. So, guys, overall, my opinion is it's very clean and clear. I will not be investing in any long-term stocks. Now, at this point, what I will do, I will day trade. I will buy and sell on every single day. And that's it. I'll just close my book. And I'll just come on the next day and I'll just keep rolling. Guys, this is very clear. Guys, people are making profit right here. I'll post the link for the Discord. Come join and take advantage of this. Just take advantage of this. And you can have any question, you can just go ahead and just enjoy that profit, guys. Take advantage. Life is short. You just have one life. Don't try to just save it for all the generation. Think, take a healthy risk, and see you'll end up very, very good. Thank you. Probably see you in the next video, guys. And hopefully we'll see you in the group.